Now moving on to our next question, where do devils and demons come from? And in the first century, this was very popular for them to blame many of their problems on this devil and that demon. And the Savior had to cast out devils on many occurrences. But let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 14 to see if we can bring some clarity on this confusion. Thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So God was so dreadfully provoked at the sin of idolatry that he was willing to put physical curses on his chosen people, because he was trying to warn them as to the gravity of their sin. And he wanted to give the Messiah an opportunity to reveal himself to the people when he removed the curses of the law. But it is the people who confessed their faith and spoke with their mouths this belief in supernatural other beings. And that caused God to unleash spirits and possess the people to enforce these curses. And we have to keep in mind that there is one supernatural being in this universe. There's only room for one. And we can further elaborate on this if we go to Isaiah 45:7, where God said, I form the light, and I create darkness. I make peace, and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. The Creator is the source of all supernatural activity. And he unleashes spirits to do his will. He creates evil. If we're evil with him, then he's going to be evil to us. But he has justification, because vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. He has to protect the law of sowing and reaping, and his wisdom is perfect. He creates the evil. These devils and demons are not independent beings that we have to worry about. We have to follow his word, and then we won't have to deal with any devils and demons. And get a description of some of these curses. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:22. The Lord shall smite thee with a fever, with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish. These were lifelong curses, my friend, and very troublesome indeed. But the Savior was able to overcome these curses, as he gives his formula for doing so in Matthew chapter 12 verse 29. He says, How shall one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? Well, the Savior kept the law, so he was able to bind the strong man, and he spoke the curses out of existence when the people repented and came to him for help. And this is how he was able to reveal himself, as he did in Matthew chapter 12 verse 22. Then was brought unto him one possessed with the devil, blind and dumb. And he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. And all the people were amazed and said, Is not this the son of David? They suspected that Jesus was their Messiah after they saw the healings. And that brought many people into the kingdom, as he was able to perform the miracle of removing the curses of the law. And the curses of the law were even further described in Deuteronomy 28:28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. So no wonder the people in the first century were lunatic and sore vexed, and legion here and legion there, many devils, because as many times as they spoke another god, another curse could appear. There is no limit to the amount of curses they could create with their mouth, because death and life are in the power of the tongue. But the true source of these devils and demons was the curses of the law, which were as a result of idolatry and people putting their faith in other gods.